made one of these for myself quite some time ago, and a few people have been around my flat and said they really like them and I should make more of them because I'd like to buy them. So I thought I'd dig out some nice bits of wood that I've kept in a drawer somewhere and make a load of them and see how they go down. I revised the design quite considerably and I'm much better than before. And here we go. I made 23 of these in the end. Took the best part of 5 days. Although this is going to look like takes 5 minutes to make. There's a lot to it. Polishing coins, polishing screws. I mean, all sorts of stuff. But I made them out of Wenge oak that kind of looks like bog oak. You know, from the staining from iron that's in the wood. Brown oak, black walnut, rippled maple, to name but a few. I hate repetition, but jigs make repetition and life so much simpler. I simply made this out of 80mm MDF on the bobbin sander until it felt comfortable in the palm of my hand. And that's it really, pretty straightforward. Machines are good, don't get me wrong, they get you there, they get you close to where you want to go with the final piece. You just can't beat finessing it by hand. So you take away, well, what I do is try and take away as much as the meat, as it were, to get me close to where I want to be, and then I'll use the rasps, whatever tool makes sense, and do it by hand. I find it's faster that way and way more accurate than any machine can. If you try rounding over that edge with a bobbing sander, it's going to look like a dog's dinner in 5 minutes. All I'm doing here is what I call crafting lines. Basically what I'm going to use the rasp to gauge to pretty closely. Don't have to be too accurate. I find when trying to sculpt something, it's much better to rely on your fingers to feel on both sides, as it were, and you'll probably see what I mean in a minute, than anything. And speaking of feeling about things, a little tip a friend of mine, Michael, gave me a while ago. When you're really struggling to find which way the grain is directing, if you don't obviously want to plane against the grain, you want to plane with the grain. If you put it up to your lip, because you can't see which way that grain's going, and rub it backwards and forwards across your bottom lip, you'll be able to feel which way that grain direction is going, so you won't tear it out. A quick explanation is the best I can put it, what I mean by when you're shaping by hand, how to feel you're getting it right. So if you go to your oven knob, turn it at 12 to 12:30 position and run both your fingers down both sides, you're going to feel that's perfect. Now if you're doing the same thing on a piece of wood you're slowly sculpting to size, you're going to feel the difference in your fingers. Same principle here. The rasps I'm using here are classed as fine cut. They're not like your Amazon jobbies where they're just going to shred everything you look at. If you hit me up in the comments, I'll let you know where I got them from. They're not cheap, but damn, they cut nice and clean and nice. Just really good rasps. I've been using these for about 3 years and they still cut just as beautifully as the day I bought them. Worth every penny. Really good rasps. I'm using a handle here that didn't go too well, slightly off by a couple of mil with the centres, so I'm using that to try and clamp that 10p piece that I'm drilling a hole in, which is going to be what part of the mechanism to get the lid off later. And damn, that metal gets hot. I don't like working with metal whatsoever. I don't know if anyone else gets it, but when you get home you've got that metallic taste in your mouth, kind of like nom nom nom, or that time. It gets into your skin. It's horrible. Anyway, wish I could find a better way, but it looks good in the end. Here's how to make rippled maple really pop. Basically, stain it once, you can stain it twice, you can stain it 3 times, sand it in between coats. The more you want that ripple to pop, the more those lines are going to pop out. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I only stained it once because for me that was complimentary enough. After the first coat, I knock it back with some very fine wire wool, then coat it again with another coat finish, knock it back again with the wire wool, and then take it to the buffing and buff the hell out of it and bring the shine back.